Hello, everyone, and welcome to my live show. So, this is live, so a bit impromptu and trying to get the lighting right as usual. So, hope you're all well. And so, hi, everyone. And hi, Izzy, how are you? So this is interesting. What's been going on recently with Prince William? A little bit shocking. And I mentioned this with one of my other readings actually about moving in silence. Doesn't seem to be the right thing to do. I think it's like calling out that bitch or calling the bitch out or something like that. Hi, Debbie. Lovely to see you. I don't know whether it was that calling that bitch out, that reading that I did. I think one of the readings I did recently actually was I mentioned that moving in silence doesn't seem to be working in today's society. Like moving in silence or the stiff upper lip is very much giving the green light to narcissists. Okay, I said this in one of my readings recently. I think calling that bitch out or something like that I did, it may have attracted people to actually watch that. And the stiff upper lip, I mentioned the stiff upper lip, it just appears to give the green light to toxicity. And now this is what I pick up intuitively, okay? And I feel like the world at large, moving in silence, this stiff upper lip is actually giving that neon green light to abusers, because narcissism and toxicity is abuse, okay? It's giving the green light to abuse people. And somebody has to take a stand. Somebody has to take a stand. It's okay me doing this innocent kind of YouTube channel, I'm calling that bitch out, that kind of thing. But this is going to take leaders to actually see that, unless they are narcissists. If they are narcissists, they will not see this, okay? They will not see this as a problem, because it is a problem. Because what this does, it encourages people to bully through the guise of it all being a joke, to actually I was just joking, and that's narcissism, isn't it? And so one moment, guys, because I have another laptop here with some articles on, and it's, for some reason, I've charged it up, but it's running out of battery. So I just need to get the cord for it. I've had it charged all day, but it's still running out of battery. So give me one moment. I'm sorry for this pause. Just chat amongst yourselves, okay? I'll be back in one moment. Okay, I'm back. Hi, everyone. Oh, gosh. I think everything I'm touching today is just going everywhere. So I put my mic on. Hi, how are you? If you want to go to the subject, which is quite a serious subject, okay, it's not a place to come and just have a chat and bitch and moan. This is a serious topic, and I feel intuitively I feel with with Prince William is, I feel he's feeling what we're all feeling, especially in our community, okay, which is the eradication of empaths and toxicity taking over. And I want to explore, not that subject, I want to explore what I mentioned before, that this the evil is moving in while the good is moving out, and it's all under the guise of, well, I was only joking, but it's kind of gone beyond that. It's gone to, I was only joking, and I am creating this drama and this circus, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back and I'm going to watch it all unfold, which is narcissism, okay? To create drama, whether that's in society or whether that's in families or in a work situation. You see, work employment places, HR, place of employment, have not taken this seriously, that narcissism is a problem. But it's a huge problem. And it's been allowed, okay, it's been allowed. And it's only people like us who are more empathic, can feel this evil, this hatred, that we actually stand back and observe. We think, oh, that's not right. That person shouldn't have said that. That's just horrible. But if you speak up, you get also condemned, okay? So I feel this stems from narcissism being allowed in the workplaces to trample on people, to actually get up the ladder and trample all over people to be better than the next person. For instance, Prince Harry and Meghan versus Prince William and Kate. And I will get onto the subject of this. It's a huge subject. It may be a long video, so make sure that you watch it to the end. Let me know if you watched it to the end, okay? But while we're waiting for people to come, I'm just going to have a chat with the community, my followers, okay, who follow me, and I love them to bits. And our community here are so aware, so mindful of these types of people. I've been talking about this for 5 years or more now. People have laughed at my videos. People have made jokes of my videos and said how ridiculous you look and how you're embarrassing yourself. And it just seems as if that even Prince William is sick and tired of this too, because of his brother, what his brother's done so blatantly, while he walks in silence and has a stiff upper lip and tries to be the good person and a measured person and not to say anything, because we have to act professional and we have to act as if we've got this together. We've got this, okay. But it's not working, is it? Because narcissists see this as a huge, great big green light now. And I know I'm repeating myself, but it's because we've got some new people on here on the chat. I've said this in the last 2 readings. I felt this energy. The moving in silence, the stiff upper lip, it doesn't work with these people anymore. You may be at work and you think, well, here I am and I see you, nurse. I need to keep it together. Actually be very, very kind of professional. Do not respond in an aggressive tone. Try to be very calm and collective. Keep it together. Because because what they, with the toxic kind of environments and work colleagues, that all they're trying to do is take you away from your core, and actually I want to take you away from you being totally measured and mindful and professional, to actually take you from that to chaos, okay, to absolute chaos. Now, I have to say, I feel Boris Johnson has kind of encouraged this, because Boris Johnson's attitude is that he jokes about everything. He doesn't take anything seriously, although we'll disagree with that, but he tends to have this attitude of, oh no, that's not the way we do that. Like he doesn't take things seriously. And and because of that attitude, I feel that people have lost their way a bit in terms of, in the UK. I don't know about you guys in America. Where, please put your comments in the comments section, because I am just bringing truths here from the last readings I did, and I had to get those readings out, those daily reads, and you probably thought they were a bit shocking, but I felt this energy too. Calling that bitch out, okay, calling that bitch out. It seems as if that every day we step out into the world, we are, trying to be converted to this toxicity of narcissism. And what they are doing is, these narcissists and these toxic people are trying to make it look as if, because we're so measured and we're not tortured in our brains and screwed up and have it, ruminating all the time, and putting a mask on to try to cover up this anxiety and this insecurity of really being, so weak in the mind, so weak in the mind that we have to join the collective. We have to follow the herd. We have to join the collective. We have to follow the herd. And the majority of people are narcissists. The majority of people are narcissists, and they seem to go for the open wounds and the vulnerabilities of people, and they then pull away and say it was a joke and laughing. And the collective, you see, this is weak-minded people, and the weak-minded people will follow the herd, and the herd seems to be narcissism, and they feel it's the way to go. Now, since I did those 2 daily reads, whether this is a wake-up call, the thing is, with us empaths here, whoever watch my channel, we're already woken. We're already woke to this. We're already woke to this. I mean, narcissistic people will not watch my channel. Toxic people will not watch my channel because they're frightened of the truth. They're frightened of strong-minded people who've done the work. We've done the work. We've really looked at our shadow side and the hatred towards people. Where does that come from? And I need to work on that and work on, why am I so jealous, or why am I so envious of that person? Although I've never been like that. I've never felt the need, although at times I've had nothing, and I've had no money, and I've had nowhere to live at times. I had to look for somewhere to live when I was 16. I've never had that because I never had anything in the first place. And I was brought up to be a caregiver. So I've never had that. So I feel that's a blessing for me to not have had hatred and not have had jealousy and envy, and trying to keep on a good kind of caring, empathic road. and respectful way towards others who I meet in my life, because that may come back to me. I've always kind of been, even when I was 16, even when I was 15, I was groomed that way to watch, how you say things. Don't go around hurting people. Don't go around bullying people. Don't do this. Why? Because I was brought up maybe by uh, narcissists who who actually deflected that back onto me. People have bullied them, and people have abused them, so they're projecting that back onto their children to say, you must not do that. So that's why we become empaths. Okay, but apart from one or two in the family where they don't do these teachings, they don't deflect, they don't use as scapegoat for those feelings, and those children that they don't do that to, that they don't scapegoat, that end up being the golden child and end up being narcissists too. And they haven't got a clue what you're talking about. They haven't got a clue. They wouldn't have a clue what we're talking about right now. They'd be saying, what's she talking about? Why don't I know this? Why, I'm trying to learn this. Why don't I get this? Because they've been brought up to not have empathy, to not take people seriously and make a joke of everyone. And if they've got a failing, let them know about that. Control them. Actually control them with that failing. What you perceive as a failing in another person, you control that person through that weakness. What you perceive as a weakness, that person may have had lost a child. Oh, that's a weakness. Okay, so you can go and control that person through that vulnerability that they've experienced. And you can have them on a puppet on a string, okay, to do whatever you want to do. And you can control them completely. They'll never find you out because they're so weak-minded, they will never find you out. You may have come out of an abusive relationship. You may have been tortured by another toxic narcissist abuser. And so this narcissistic family member will say, okay, that person's just come out of an abusive relationship. This is my time to get in there to control that person. And this is how the golden child and the golden children in the family actually deal and control other members in their family. You may have come, you may be, having an horrific time, homeless, coming out of an abusive, an abusive relationship, violence, and I've said that now, so I won't get monetized with this video. So if this video does help you, if you can help my channel by either buying me a pot of tea or making a super chat, please do, because now I've mentioned violence, I won't get monetized. Okay, so but I just need to get the truth. I just need to get this truth out here. And I guess that's why I did those readings, those daily reads, because I felt it. I felt this movement coming. It was like a prediction. I predicted this with those readings. And you may have thought, what on earth is Yvonne doing? Daily reads about this? It's craziness. But I think I'm predicting this movement. The weak-minded, what I'm getting here is the weak-minded people, narcissists, they're full of screwed up things in their head that they want to just project out to other people because they want other people to feel like trash, really feel like really dehumanize people and make them feel like trash. So the first signs of of like a vulnerability in someone, they will go straight for that open wound like a pack of wolves, okay? Like a pack of wolves. And the reason why they do this, and they do it in packs, is because they need to project their hatred, their jealousy, their envy, their evil thoughts onto that weaker person. And now, why am I bringing Prince William into this? I feel Prince William, we need to move, because Prince William has recognised this in his own brother. Prince William has recognised this in Meghan. Prince William has recognised this in Harry. That the only reason that he's speaking out on Oprah Winfrey show about ancestral pain and my brother did this and my father did this, and well, Harry's talking about Meghan's pain. Okay, Meghan has transferred her pain about her family, about all of the Markle family, and her screwed up head where she was doing this yacht girl thing and all this kind of thing where she was doing naughty videos, okay, and we all know about those. And the things that she was so screwed up about, she has disowned her own family, and she's projected that hatred for her own family onto, and this is what in-laws do. This is what in-laws do, the brother-in-law, the sister-in-law, when they come into your family as a guest into your family, and your family are just muddling through, trying to get through the hurts and pains of life. It only takes one narcissist to enter a family to change the whole dynamics. And this is what this is. Meghan enters the royal family and she brings all that dirt, grime, shame with her, and she dumps it on Harry to actually do the same, to put all this blame and shift it onto his family and blame it on his family. Of it's all transferable, but it's also manipulation. And this is how dangerous narcissists are. They can actually really fragment a family when they used to be very close. It only takes one in-law to enter the family, and that they will come wearing a mask, like butter wouldn't melt, all very helpful, and very helpful to the people that they could use to manipulate, which is your mother and your father. And then they will attack the brothers and the sisters and start the fragmentation of the family. And they will obviously they will do what they know the best, which is go for that vulnerability. Okay, so you as a family member will just come out of an horrific divorce, maybe custody battle, maybe going to court, things like that, which is horrendous. You may be going through therapy for that. And in the meantime, you may have lost a child too. And you see, the narcissist who entered the family would shapeshift, and start to manipulate other members of your family against you and say, well, I think there's something wrong with her. In all honesty, I've studied psychology and I know, I've studied psychology. I've got a psychology degree. And I know that your daughter has major problems. She needs to go and get extreme deep therapy. And this is how they start to get their way in and start to manipulate the family. So, why do I bring this up, and why do I want to explore in-laws that enter a family? You see, we tend to ignore that, don't we? We tend to, oh, well, that's my sister's husband. But he comes in, butter wouldn't melt, and he's all very giving until he gets bored. Well, I'm sick and tired of that bloody witch of a mother of hers, and I don't want to know that. So the mother gets dumped, and then the other siblings get dumped, okay, because they're boring. It was fun at first, but now I'm just going to dump the lot of them, and actually encourages their partner to dump their family one by one, one by one. They'll turn out everybody against each other. This newcomer, that's been invited into the family, who feels, oh, this is going to be so easy. This is going to be so easy to manipulate this family. Oh, of course it is. Yeah, I can start with that person first, and then I'll go that person. And one by one, they'll all drop off, where my partner will have no siblings at all. In fact, my partner will die alone because they have burnt their bridges with their family members. They bring poison into the family. And that's what I'm saying about this is what William has realized with his brother, okay, and Meghan. Harry has brought in this narcissist into the family. One by one, she has strategically destroyed the relationship between Harry and his siblings. Okay, so he got one sibling, so that was quite easy for Meghan, wasn't it? Right. If Harry had got maybe 6 siblings, it would be one by one until the whole family woke up. Because the family wakes up in the end. It may take 20, 30, 40 years, but the family will wake up in the end and say, okay, I get now what's been going on here. Are they really? Has my brother or my sister listened to every word that in-law has said? Has my brother or sister been manipulated and poisoned by that brother? That they've not even, even given a thought to their siblings, how this is going to affect them if they separate and fragment the family. Well, if that's the case, then that sibling doesn't give a shit about me, do they? So I'm just going to say my truth and say, well, thank you, but no thank you. You listened to that person who manipulated you to separate from your own family and your own siblings for whatever agenda. And because you did that, I don't want nothing more to do with you, because you didn't realize that one day we would all wake up as siblings and see this like a luminous, like a sore thumb sticking out. Because you allowed that person to come into this family, dictate the rules, and separate all the family, then I'm going to tell my truth. And I'm going to stand up to this, not just to you, Meghan Markle, but to the rest of the world, okay? To all the toxicity in the world, that they can feel that they can just walk out and manipulate and be nasty and separate people and be evil to each other. You guys, you meet this every single day. Now, I'm sorry if the connection keeps going in and out. It's because we've possibly got narcissists trying to cut us off. Okay, so I do apologise for that. But for instance, I'll give you a for instance today. Not today. The other day, somebody asked me what I'd done. Not on here. Okay, nothing to do with YouTube or Patreon or anything like that. But I got somebody just asked me out of the blue, what do you do for a living? Or what did you used to do? Because they all think that I'm past it and I'm like retired and, you know, my life is over because I've got a certain age, you know, because women at a certain age, guys, women at a certain age, another thing, narcissists say this, okay. Toxic people and narcissists always remind you of your age. You may look after yourself, look good for your age, but they always remind you of how old you are, how decrepit you are, and you're going to go over the hill when you reach a certain age. They're good at reminding you of that. That's toxicity. Toxicity. Yeah. You see, narcissists and toxic people don't know how to say, oh, God, you look great for your age. You know, oh, your skin is amazing. You know, you always look good, and wow, you're just great. Your attitude's great. You're so positive. Tell me, how do you keep yourself looking like that? I like to know some. You see, that's a non-toxic person. You see, a toxic person would never say that. They say, "Oh, when you get to that age, yeah, you can forget about the rest of it. It's all downhill from there. It's all downhill from there," and they find that funny. They find that a big joke. Sarcasm too. Sarcasm. Sarcasm. There's a word for it. I read about this recently because I'm really into narcissism now. Okay, I'm really studying it hard, so I don't actually get, you know, take this like seriously anymore. This yeah, it's I'm thinking of the word now. A vindictive. Okay, yeah, vindictive narcissism. A vindictive narcissism. Vindictive narcissism is when they use sarcasm all the time and think it's a joke, but what they really mean it. Okay, they really mean that. And they think they are so above everyone else with this vindictive narcissism. They think they're so clever with this vindictive narcissism that you don't get it. You don't get the joke. Well, you don't get the joke because it's not funny. It's not funny. It's vindictive narcissism, and it's sarcasm, and it's nasty, and it's pressing onto your buttons continuously. I'm going to get that button. I'm going to get that button. You know, I'm going to be so vindictive, and I'm going to press that button. You know, this is how they feel inside. They're so poisonous. Vindictive narcissism. Now, I'll get back onto the subject. Now, I just wanted to explore that. But yeah, somebody said to me the other day, I forgot to say this, but somebody said to me, what did you do as a living before they said I was over the hill? Okay. I didn't mention YouTube. I don't mention this because this is my baby. I love it. Okay. But nobody ever in my family, nobody ever mentions YouTube. It's really strange because this is what I love, and I've got I think I've got 7 million. Can you believe this, guys? Over 7 million views over the time from the time I started 4 or 5 years ago to now. Nearly 8 million views. Okay, not per week, the whole time. Okay. And none of my family have ever mentioned this, you know, this creativity that I have and this ability, how I feel relaxed in front of the cameras, and this being relaxed and being able to help you guys on your journeys, being able to express from my core authenticity to my followers. I never ever None of my family ever mentioned YouTube. Ever. So I just want to say, guys, thank you, guys. I'm not doing this for validation because I'm an empath. You see, the reason why you're an empath is because you've never received validation in your whole life. Yeah. This is why we're like this, okay? The reason why we become a collective here on YouTube is because we've never experienced validation. Validation for my YouTube, validation for studying hard with my ICU work, for being a nurse in London, or anything like that. Okay. And so anyway, I can see a narcissist from miles away now, and I don't even want to talk to narcissists, but are toxic people, because they can see, they get confused when you're so open. You know, so, and this is how to test a narcissist, okay? It's just to act like your mind is not being poisoned yet. Act as if your mind has never been affected by any kind of twisted kind of manipulating your whole life, okay? When you meet someone, just be so open, so transparent, like you've never been touched by anything like this in your life, because that's what they see as some kind of challenge, okay? If you want to test a narcissist, do this, okay? Just be wide open, like your eyes wide open, and like be so kind of like transparent, and then just allow them to speak, because they're going to feel that from you. They're going to feel that. They can't help it. They just want to rip that soul apart. They want to break your spirit. They want to break your spirit. They can't wait to do it. So they're going to search for things that are vulnerable inside of you, okay? And that's how they see it, like a sport. They see abuse, bullying as a sport. So I did that. I tested this person. I met this person at work. It was not somewhere, and I was being very kind of open, and like, hi, how are you? Hi, what's your name? You know, acting like I've never been touched by a narcissist. Oh, that's lovely. And then they start with their wicked ways start to seep out. Their eyes go like that. And you can see it, you can feel it. I can. And they'll go, so what do you do for a living? And they'll say it with a really harsh tone. So what do you do for a living? Like that. And you'll say, oh, what do I do for a living? Oh, okay. I was intensive care nurse for like many years in London, and I really had a great career, and I met some beautiful people. You see, narcissists will hate you for that, because you've been authentic and you've had a wonderful life. So I was like that. It's like, oh yeah, what did I do? Oh, well, I worked in London, and I worked in lots of the London hospitals, and being really wide-eyed too, really wide-eyed. And I really enjoyed it too. I met some great people, and this person said, when I said that, when I said I'd done this person just laughed at me. They didn't know how to put me down. They didn't know how to put me down verbally, but just laughed at me what I was saying. I said, oh yeah, I worked in ICU and cardiothoracics, and this person, I knew that they were narcissistic, just went, really? That's their reaction, because they didn't know verbally how to put me down. And I just saw it as very, very sad. So let's get on to the subject, guys. I know it's been a lot of kind of preambling to this. You would get narcissists saying, why don't you get onto the damn subject? You're boring. Well, go and switch to another channel. Okay. But I get this feeling with Prince William is that this is seeping into every like all of us have noticed. Okay, we're sick of it, we're tired of it, we're tired of being dehumanized just for achieving, we're tired of being laughed at just for being authentic and just being who we are. And and it's like the weak-minded have joined the herd to become toxic and be like this herd of people. Okay, and this is getting out of hand in our society. Okay, so and what I get here is when I said with my last readings that moving in silence and actually being professional to these people and actually having a stiff upper lip to these people is not working. It is not working. And there has to be, and I feel that William is trying another tactic to throw these narcissists, because he's realised that Meghan is a narcissist, like we've all said. She's a narcissist. They need to study about narcissism to actually manage this. And I've said this lots of times in my readings, okay? And I feel that William is taking note of this, okay? He's taking note that we're tired. We're all tired of this. We all can see that Meghan is, we can all see that Meghan is transferring how she feels onto Harry, for Harry to, while she sits back and enjoys the show, because that's what narcissists do. That's what narcissists do. They get their flying monkeys to do their dirty work while they sit back and enjoy the show and enjoy everyone falling out with each other and becoming argumentative with each other and splitting up families that really care for each other and causing all this damage. Okay, so I feel that William has actually studied narcissism. I do. I feel he's really looked into this and toxicity, and actually he's learning how to deal with this. He's actually got his men in grey involved now. This is what I pick up. It's not fact, okay? I pick up that he's asking his men in grey, MI5, MI6, how do, what is the best way to deal with this? How do you deal with this? So we could all learn a lot from the way that William is actually reacting to this now, okay? So let's watch him and see how he is being taught how to deal with this narcissism and toxicity. He's done something very shocking recently, which is, I did say, I don't know if anybody's taken note of that, but narcissistic, toxic people, abusive people do not see the moving with silence, stiff upper lip, being professional as a green light. They don't see it as professional anymore. They don't see it as somebody having integrity and keeping their self-respect and value. I'm not going to speak out because I have value and integrity. Narcissists do not see that. They don't see that. They don't see integrity. They don't see value. They don't see any of that. They see that as a green light to keep going till I destroy you. That's what they do. Okay, so I feel that William has realised this now. They've realised that they've got somebody who's narcissistic in the family, and the way that Megan has achieved in life is to do this with people. Okay, and let's have a look at some of your comments. Quite interesting. As I put my glasses on to see Heather. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Lovely to see you, Heather Strong. William is involved in so many mental health organisations. I'm sure there's no shortage of professionals offering advice. Yes, but they have to be specific with ruthlessness and narcissism. Not all professionals, not all health professionals know about narcissism. It's a difference. Okay. Sandra Hunt, hi there. I love and appreciate you. Thank you. Never let anyone dull your sparkle. You are a great help to me. Oh, I thank you. And I'm working on it. I work on it every day. Okay. And if it means cutting people off in my life to be able to keep my sparkle, I will do that. And nobody's going to laugh at me again, ever. Okay. Lady of the Lake. They are bullies who want their own way all the time. Yeah, it's bullies in the schoolyard that's being let loose in the world to carry on like that, and it has to stop. Heather Strong, William is taking advice, and that's what's good leadership. Yeah. Well, I think he's had to, and I think he stepped out of moving in silence. I think he's made that decision quite recently that moving in silence and the stiff upper lip is just a green light to narcissists and toxic people. And that's what I get. Okay. And I feel that the way to start this, when he observed after this England football game. Thank you, Pam J. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you. I won't get monetized for this, so if you do want to do a super chat, because I'm trying to help here, and if you want to buy me a pot of tea, that would be great. Okay. So I feel what tipped William over the edge here is after this football match we had England versus Italy, European finals. Afterwards, because this I don't know, a boy of colour, he was 19 years old. There was a penalty shootout, and he missed the penalty. It hit the goal post and bounced off. He's only 19, bless him, and all grown men knowing this guy was only 19, grown-ass men, 50s, 60s, that kind of age, all saying to him all this racist abuse. Okay. And this is just not having any empathy, complete void of empathy, okay, of anything else than selfishly thinking, why did you miss that goal? Why did you miss that? And really just selfishly not caring about how this would affect this 19-year-old boy. Grown ass men abusing this boy. Okay, where does it stop? So I feel this tipped William over the edge, because he was there at the football match. Okay, William and Kate was there. They stood up at the end, and they were looking in shock at what happened, and then we get this racist abuse. And I feel this is what tipped him over this over the edge, because instead of moving in silence, stiff upper lip, he's actually spoken out, and he has condemned. He's spoken out about this, William. He's condemned this despicable, racist abuse against football players and fans, and urged social media companies to crack down on people abusing players. It's not just about football players, it's about anybody that they can bully. Um, and and I feel this is this is an incident that this is where narcissism is just taking over the world, you know, not having absolute zero empathy of that poor lad who did his best on that day, missed a goal, and actually there was all this abuse from grown men. Okay, afterwards, it's absolutely disgusting, and it's a society. I'm ashamed to be English right now. I'm ashamed. I don't want to live here anymore. The way I feel, I don't want to live here anymore. And I didn't want to live here about 5, 6 years ago. And I didn't want to live here 5, 6. I wanted to go and live in Greece because I am so embarrassed about this country. They've lost their way. They don't respect anyone. They're abusive. They're bullies. There's no respect for women. There's no respect for children. It's a free for all out there, and it's just bloody awful. And it's about time somebody spoke out to this, and they put their foot down on narcissistic, horrible bullying abuse. Okay. So Prince William has previously told of his fury over outrageous incidences of racism in football, fueled by social media, fearing progress in recent years is being lost because of you see, it's anonymous people sitting behind. I've had abuse too. I've had people come on live and abusing me. They were threatening me with rape one day. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It really is. And so I feel that what I feel with this is that William is starting to realise his brother's in this poisonous mess here. And also it's starting to really seep into our society. And what's that? Yeah, Prince Charles has spoken out. Why isn't I think he has too about this, but he's very much into this stiff upper lip, moving silences, Prince Charles. But William is realising with our modern world today, that's just a green light for abuse. If you just sit there and say nothing. So he's taking a different kind of maneuver here. He's very empathic, is William. He's very caring towards society and people who are vulnerable, like his mother. Okay, but also you have to be strong. So they do not think it's a green light just because you care, just because you're an empath, just because you care about people. It's not a green light to abuse you, okay, or abuse others. And I feel this is the thing that's going to come out with William, okay. So, and I feel this very strongly, intuitively, that this is because of Meghan entering their family. And there's a big wake-up call within the royal family that we've had one that's got into the royal family who is really using the royal family to make money, using the royal family to actually abuse, because they're not saying anything. They're just being quiet because they feel that's the way it's the way to go. And I agree. Everybody should have dignity. Everybody should have value and integrity for themselves, not to embarrass themselves and to stay very professional and quiet. But does that mean you have to sit there and let people just barrage you with abuse? Like I did the other day when I said I worked as an intensive care nurse, and this woman just laughed her head off. What's that? What's that? That is humiliation over nothing. saying that, wow, well, I don't even value that you worked in intensive care. And I'm just going to laugh at that. Because do you know what? In society, or if you didn't know already, there's no value for anybody. Nobody. So I feel there's going to be a movement of, instead of not having value and being bitchy and bullying, there's going to be now a movement of empaths actually speaking up, okay? Because empaths are very strong. We have a core identity, and it's time that we spoke out because we have this strength, and it's time we don't move in silence anymore and we call it out. And that's exactly what I did with those 2 readings previously. I'm going to call out this bitch because that's what it is. And I did this 2 readings before daily reads because of this reason here, what we're talking about right now, okay? Right now. It has to stop. And I'm calling out all empaths with your core identity, with your core authenticity, to say your truth, okay? To say your truth. No more of this wickedness in our world. It's just horrendous. They think that because we care, that the next person's not going to get bullied, because we care that we are weak, that we can be easily manipulated because we care. Now, I have to say that this dysfunction, this bullying, this dysfunction, this toxicity in our world has got out of control, has taken over the good people in our world to the point of thousands and thousands of channels on YouTube talking about narcissism because it's got out of control. It's out of control, and it's even affecting the royal family. So I get here, this continues as well. It's in the Daily Mail, I think. Royal feud exposed crucial aspect of Prince William's character. More than we thought. Well, this is it, you see. You see, we move in silence to empaths that care about humanity, that care about people, that they don't get abused. And this is where Prince William, Prince William is stronger than he looks. Oh, he has a voice. He's actually telling people, well, it's like that before. It was strong like that before. But just because you damn care doesn't mean that you don't have a voice. This dysfunctional darkness and this dysfunctional toxicity has to go. We have to shame these people, these people that are into, I'm going to go really grown up now, okay? These people that are into, open relationships, they swing both ways, they don't care, the sex addicts and all this kind of thing. They have 10 or 15 people on the go. They've got no respect for their partners. They don't respect themselves. They don't respect them. They're so, they're such a mess up in their head. They don't even know who they are because they've messed themselves up so much. They're just like a piece of trash. Okay, I feel Harry's like this. He has messed his head up so much. And he's got with someone else who's pretty. Now, do they swing both ways, or do they kind of, have multiple lovers? Who knows? But that's how these dysfunctional types of people that don't even know who they are, they don't care who they are, they don't care where they're going, they don't care what they do, they don't care who they're hurting, they don't care. It's these type of people who need to be now destroyed. So anyway, this article here, this other article I'm looking at here, Royal Feud exposes a crucial aspect of Prince William's character more than we thought. Okay. Prince William has proven to be much tougher than he was previously believed to be, as he took a no-nonsense approach to his royal rift with Prince Harry. And yes, because I feel he's getting advised how to treat a dysfunctional, toxic, effed up person, basically somebody who's effed up, and they have no boundaries, got no boundaries, no respect for anyone, and they swing both ways, and they're dirty sods. They're so dirty, passing diseases everywhere, all that kind of thing. They don't care. They've got no respect for women, no respect for men, no respect for children, and I won't get monetized for this. So please help me to make some money on my YouTube by buying me a pot of tea. If this is helping, Prince William took a very firm approach in dealing with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I feel he's getting lessons here how to deal with this. Whilst they were both working royals report that have emerged showing a new picture of how dynamics between the two brothers were whilst the Sussex couple were at Kensington Palace. You see, Harry was still doing that nonsense thing, wasn't he? Arms waving everywhere. And Prince William was being very kind of focused and solid and strong. Okay. And this is his reaction to this messed up, effed up person. And the way to get to a narcissist who has really been messing you around and playing these games, because that's what they do. They play games and they laugh at it and they laugh at you, and it's all a big game. Okay. So how you deal with this, the way that I'm picking this up intuitively as empaths who do care about the world and are not like this, and we do want to have respect in relationships. We do want respect for each other. We do care for people, and we do care for other people's integrity, and we would never cross that boundary. How for us types of people to deal with people like Harry and Meghan is to pretend they don't exist. Pretend they don't exist, okay? Be that person that you should have always been, that transparent person, loving, caring, and, trusting, because that's who you are. Okay? Open your eyes, be who you are, and allow that toxic person to see you like that. Oh, and be so resentful and envious of you that you still have that your authentic self and you have not been broken. That's what they hate about normal people. That's what they hate about normal people. You've not been broken. You've not been broken so that you are this dysfunctional mess. So how do you deal with these toxic narcissist people? Is to be that person that they wish they could always be, that person that's not been broken. Don't pretend to be like that. Don't pretend, just be who you are. Just be that very inquisitive person that really cares. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Oh, haven't you got, be very complimentary too, because it's something that narcissists cannot be. And show that you're not jealous. And that's another thing that they hate. Just say, wow, what amazing. I love the color of your eyes, and, your hair looks amazing. Just show that transparency with, that you care. that you really truly love and you care, they hate that. And coupled with that too is be like that, but pretend they don't exist. Because they want constant validation. Constant validation. Just be that lovely, respectable person that everybody loves, that everybody cares for and appreciates in you. Will never forget you for that. I would guess that you empaths have got people in your life that would never forget you for that, being that beautiful soul that you are. And they will never get that. And that's what they hate about you, that you are also a truth teller. They hate that you are a truth teller. So how do you deal with narcissists being an empath? You don't hide who you are. You don't hide and be embarrassed for being normal either. You expose that, especially to them, to the fullest, okay? To the fullest. You know, the grand finale. Look them straight in the eye, like you don't care if they are trying to get to you. And pretend and do not, and then just turn away from them and carry on with your day, okay? That's how you deal with a narcissist, and you're very, very strong. You're strong. They can't get to you. That's how you deal with a toxic, envious, jealous person who is so messed up in their head, so bitter, so jealous, has no real friends, has no real family because they've segregated. They have chopped up their family, not physically, but they've chopped up their family and it's all disintegrated, and they've fallen out with that. They've jumped around their family members, and now it's like, oh, I've got no family members left. Oh my, who do I go to now? And they will come back around and love bomb you. You know, I always thought you were my favourite sister, but I never told you what I should have told you many years ago. Well, you know what you can do? You can fuck off, okay? And I'm going to leave it there. Sorry about the language. I'm not going to get monetized here. Sorry about that. But I just had to say that. And I feel this is the attitude that William has adopted, okay? Don't move in silence anymore, guys. Don't move in silence. Don't do the stiff upper lip. Tell them in all ways that you can. Just be that open person that you are, and look at them right in the eye as if you know who the fuck they are, okay? I know who you are. I know what you do. I know you've messed up your own life. You've got no friends, no family. You've done that to yourself, and you think we are not aware of who you are. And that in-law, that husband of yours, or that wife of yours, who's pretended to be, that golden kid that's destroyed the whole family, I know who that person is too. I know who that person is. And to the ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, I know who you are. I know that you swing both ways. I know that you'll have sex with anything, a dog, cat, you name it. I know that you cheated on me thousands of times. I know what a filthy pig you are inside. I know who you are. You can't hide anymore. You know, I know that you went for a lesser model replacement after me because you thought she put up with your crap. I know that you knew that I knew in the end, and that's why you did that. I know that you cheated on me because, you did that to get me back for actually waking up to you. So, guys, I think this is the end of this live show. I've gone over an hour. I thank you for coming. But I just have to say, these messed up people who swing both ways and, they have no boundaries, they have no integrity, no trust, no respect for anyone, no respect for themselves, no respect for their families, no respect for their in-laws, no respect for people who care about each other. They just want to destroy that and put a wedge between you. It's time to recognize and let them know, okay, that you know. And I feel that's what William is doing. William is doing that. He's making Harry realize, well, I know your wife possibly done everything, in this world, that she's destroyed, her own family, and she's toxic. And that's the only way that she knows how to climb that ladder is to trample on somebody else. I know. I'm aware of that. But you're not going to affect me. Okay. So I'm going to say good night, everyone. Thank you for coming. If you want to buy me a pot of tea, because I'm not going to get monetized for this, that would be fantastic. Okay. In the description box at the bottom. Thank you, Yvonne, for all the great chat. Look forward to hearing from you again soon. Love and blessings. Okay, so that's the reading. So it's an education for us all. Okay. Love all of you guys. I appreciate you coming. Take care of yourself out there. And William is waking up. Okay. Bye for now. Bye-bye.